told you the information about the history.
Thank you. Thank you.
And you got the Svensson prize.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, Lysander, brothers and sisters, comrades. First of all, congratulations to the new leadership that you have elected today. And I feel very proud to be here and speak a few words to you. My name is Napoleón Gómez. I'm the president of the National Union of Mine, Metal, and Steel Workers of Mexico. I represent 250,000 members in the mine, metallurgical, transportation, and steel industry in Mexico. I was very honored in 2014 because of the strong solidarity that you showed to us, to los Mineros of Mexico, my colleagues, to have been awarded the Arthur Svensson Award in 2014. I'm very proud of that, and all my colleagues were really very happy because of this decision that you take, and my wife Oralia came to receive the award because at that time I couldn't travel outside of Canada, where I have been living for the past 11 years on exile as a result of a political persecution from the Mexican government. So I really feel very honored and very proud of this award and of your solidarity, your strong, powerful, and commitment to defend and protect los mineros, our struggle, but also the workers' rights, the human rights that we are fighting for, and we have fought all our lives, not only in Mexico, but in Latin America and everywhere in the world today. So I really, I have been living, as I said, for these 11 years because of this strong political persecution. You know, after a big catastrophe that happened in a mine in Mexico, in the north of Mexico in 2006, 65 miners died. The owner of the mining was a company called Grupo Mexico. Probably you have heard of that company. It's considered one of the 10 most non-ethical companies in the world today. And I declare, and I made a statement saying that the company committed an industrial homicide. Because on the 5th day of trying to rescue our colleagues, the company colluded with a very corrupted government of Mexico. They decided to shut down the mine and abandon our colleagues. And today we still have 63 bodies abandoned at the bottom of the mine. And we haven't been able to recover because the government, through the army and the federal police forces, took over the mine and they sealed the mine. They wanted to prevent all these claims that we were doing in the international, and on the international organizations, before the international organizations. And we have been working since then in protecting and defending the rights of the workers. I am very proud to have been re-elected 6 times unanimously in different and transparent conventions, democratic conventions in Mexico, because we're a very democratic and independent union. And I have been re-elected in absentee from Canada 6 times. So I continue presiding the union from Canada. I'm an exception. I am a very weird case of leadership from another country, but I didn't have a choice because we receive all kinds of threats, me personally, my family, my colleagues, including death threats, so I had to leave the country. That was in 2006. It was 11 years ago. It was at the end of March of 2006. So I just wanted to tell you today that after all these years of fighting against corruption, against inequality, against a system that really has increased exploitation and poverty, we have made big victories also in the labor movement of Mexico. We have organized tens of thousands of new members along these years. We have got the highest wage and benefit increases for our members, the highest in Mexico. We have duplicated the income of our members, even more than duplicated even in a matter of 5 years. So we have worked very strongly in defending and protecting workers' rights and the working conditions for the benefit of our members, the families, and the working class of Mexico. I was also, after you grant me this award in 2014, 3 months later, the Supreme Court of Justice exonerated me completely of all these false accusations and charges that the company Group of Mexico and another mining company, the second biggest mining group of Mexico, colluded with the government. They created, they invented in order to attack and to criminalize our struggle for freedom, for fighting, for justice, for respect, and for dignity of our members. So I have been in this long struggle. We have got a very strong support and solidarity from Industri Energi, from all the unions which are part of Industri All. I'm a member of the Executive Committee on the international level, from the United Steelworkers, from Unite and Workers Uniting, and many other organizations, and democratic and free organizations from Latin America. So I wrote a book in 2014, which is called Collapse of Dignity. I'm very proud of having this book became a New York Times bestseller, and it's a real story of this tragedy and the fight against greed and corruption in Mexico. And I have just written another book. I have written some others, but the most recent, I sent few copies for you, for the leadership, and for whoever, which is called Before the Next Revolution. So I said the term revolution, I'm not talking about the violent revolution or revolution with blood. I'm taking an educational revolution, a revolution of ideas, of change and transform economic models of exploitation, which are really that we can adapt in Mexico. I'm studying very much the Nordic model for the next book, because I know I want to learn about your experience and what you have done. Because I keep thinking, you know, that Mexico has a big oil industry. If 30 years ago, all these oil resources from exports that we receive, if they had been invested properly in Mexico, in an honest and transparent way, not to promote more corruption and inequality, we would have been really in a different stage of development, and we have really could have gone to a much more equality in our country. Today we face really serious problems of insecurity, corruption, jobs, and all the threats that we are receiving now from Trump and the new government of the United States. I was a few weeks ago in the International Convention of the United Steelworkers. I'm sure that you have heard that Trump is saying that Mexico, that he's going to build a big wall between Mexico and the United States, that we, the Mexicans, are going to pay for that. And I made a joke in the International Convention of the Steelworkers 3 weeks ago. And I said, you know, we came to Las Vegas, where the convention was hosted, with the best intention to pay for the wall. But, thank you. But I said, but unfortunately, last night, we went to the casinos and we lost the money. So we are not going to pay for the wall. Sisters and brothers, I just wanted to thank you again for all your solidarity. Really, it has been so important. We have to make many changes in Mexico. I was completely, as I said, exonerated by all these false accusations. Even Canada granted me citizenship. I have dual citizenship right now, Mexican and Canadian. And I've been able to travel all over the world except Mexico, because still the political persecution continues. And they say, you can come back anytime, you don't have any legal issues against you. But I don't trust them. I don't trust people who lead a system of corruption. And we have to change that. And they're very much afraid of my return, especially and particularly the companies who decided to attack in a very coward way 11 years ago and among all of them, among others, Grupo Mexico. So I just want to thank you again, finish with this opportunity that you gave me to tell you that we have to continue working in the oil, and not only in the mine and the steel industry, in the oil industry in Mexico too. Because now the government decided 2 years ago to privatize the oil industry in Mexico. And all the big companies who had left the country in 1938 with the oil expropriation that the Mexican government at that time, the very progressive and democratic government we had, they expropriate all the oil companies. Now they are going back, all of them. And unfortunately, they have destroyed the union, the oil workers' union. So we have to build again democratic union for the oil workers, for the benefits, for what you have been fighting for so many years. So we have to change the model of economic development. We have to change it towards a model of more shared prosperity and shared responsibility, and to protect and defend the workers' rights for the oil industry, for the mine and steel industry, and for all workers in Mexico, in Latin America, and wherever exploitation and corruption exists. So thank you very much for having me here. Thank you, Life. I wish you all the best. And it is true what Tony Burke said. We have some other cases that probably he just mentioned, Stephen Löfven from Sweden. But I wish you that you have a great campaign, that you win the election, you become a member of parliament, and who knows, maybe the Prime Minister of Norway too. So thank you very much, brothers and sisters. Thank you. Thank you.